Boom. Welcome to Digital Cortex. My name's Steven. That's Random Styles. Sorry we were delayed by a day, but somebody had a birthday.
Yeah.
What did you do for your birthday?
Took off, man. I left Arizona and I got the hell out of here.
Damn. Just like that, packed his bags, said, oh, I'm of age, I need to leave.
Yeah, no, I took off, went to California for a couple days, hung out over there, went to the beach. It was freezing, but I still got in.
Yeah, it's a little early for beach weather, I think. Just slightly.
So it was
just
cool.
Slightly.
It was cool because there wasn't a lot of people there. Or
Did
at
you
least
do like a bonfire?
No, it wasn't
like
that cold.
Decent bonfire weather at night, though.
Yeah, at night. At night would have been good. But no, in the day it was like 60. But it's like one of those, like when you're in the sun, it feels warmer than when you're in the shade, you know. So even though it was like 60, it still felt warm.
Right.
Yeah, so it was fine, but the water was cold. Like, and then it was mostly locals, not, you know, a bunch of tourists. So yeah, they were like just hanging out on the beach in like sweaters and stuff, hoodies.
Yeah, just enjoying the
just being at the beach. But and then the more serious people were in wetsuits. So the dude and
like surfers and shit.
Yeah, shit,
surfers and shit. I don't know why I said it weird. I guess because I was drinking water at the same time.
Some surfers,
surfers and shit.
Yeah, they were in wetsuits, and I was like, "Ooh, maybe it's cold." So then I started.
The water's probably cold.
I started getting into it. And I was like,
"Oh yeah, super cold, man."
But it only takes about 5 minutes to start to get used to it. You just keep letting it. So I just kept walking in. I was walking in slow. Every time the wave hit me, I was like, "Ah!"
It's like
but then, like the second one would hit you, and then you're like, "Oh, okay, not as bad." And the third one hit. Okay, oh, that's getting better. By the fourth or fifth one, you're like, "Okay, I think I'm fine."
And which beach did you go to?
I went to Huntington.
Huntington, okay.
Yeah,
that's a popular one.
I like Huntington. It's
been
clean
there a lot. There's one close to it, or is it close to it? The Seal Beach. Me and my friends used to go to Seal Beach all the time, because it was always less crowded.
Yeah, so that was another good part about it. It wasn't too crazy. I was able to park.
You went like after spring breaks are already done, you know, perfect like time to vacation when no one else is doing it.
There was still people there. There was still tourists there. It was a little busy, but not. I've been to the beach when it's like crazy wall to wall people like everywhere. You know, like never gonna find a parking unless you got there early kind of day. So this was like at least a little bit more calm. So I was like, oh, all right, this is nice. And then, yeah, speaking of, dude, I was in the water, right? So I'm getting used to, I'm like, all right. I'm farther and farther out. So I just keep going deeper and deeper into the ocean until it's like almost up to my chest. It's probably keeps hitting me right. I keep ducking down in the water, you know. I'm like,
you know, growing up in California, I never really cared for the ocean like that.
Really?
Yeah. You wouldn't see me like, you know, let's go to the beach day. No. I don't know. Because like, I've never been a big fan of like salt water and sand and all that. Like, you know, I don't mind going to the beach. If someone's invited me to the beach, I'll go to the beach.
Yeah.
But it's not something that's like,
on your mind.
What do you want to do, Steven? Pick the activity.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say, let's go to the beach.
I would have. Yeah. I would have been like, let's go. And then I would have got
there's fun things to do. Yeah. That's not just like water based and stuff. But I think that's what, for me, I just never enjoyed like pulling all that salty sand water out of my bum.
It's refreshing, dude. The salt water. It kind of feels like I don't know how do you explain it, but
I don't know. Maybe it's just growing up there. It's something that
you got used to it.
Yeah.
So if you go back now and you're like, oh, this feels different. Like the water hits you, it's refreshing. The amount of salt that's in the water is crazy, and your body absorbs it. So your body's absorbing all this salt water.
Oh, yeah, I feel like you always get pruny so much easier too.
Yeah, so like you got kind of this layer of like salt on you. I could feel it on my forehead. Like I don't wear sunscreen or anything. I don't like to wear that because I don't know. I don't want to mess up my tan.
Dude, you gotta wear some sunscreen.
No, dude, I saw pictures that you could get as dark as me, dude. I seen you.
I know. I have been.
Yeah,
I have been dark, maybe even darker than you.
Oh, yeah.
But like, I burn. I burn too easily.
You burn too?
Yeah. Like, okay, so in the 2019 summer. No, was it 2019? I don't think it was 2019. I think it was the 2018 summer. 2018 summer and 2019 summer did a lot of river tubing. Okay.
Yeah.
So I developed a pretty mean tan from the 2018 summer because we did so much and I burned a lot. And so it started slowly tanning and I was doing a lot more activities back then, I think. So like I was getting pretty good tan. And then the problem is I stay inside all day. Outside of the summer, so the rest of the time I just get so paley white.
Now the I don't know, the sun doesn't burn me as much. I have been burned. Like you can get too much. Like my forehead will get burned. Like, but as far as my arms and stuff, usually like it might look red, like it might look like it's getting burned, but it's just tanning. Just how my skin gets.
Yeah.
And it doesn't hurt. But yeah, I mean, went out there, we're getting deeper and deeper. That's what I was gonna say. We're getting deeper. And I saw something like go in front of me. I was like, whoa. I was like, what the fuck?
What was it?
So I was like, shit. I froze for a second. I was like, whoa, what was that? And then like I saw him like replaying the image in my head. And I'm like, okay, wait. Was that a fucking shark? That's the first thing you think is like, is that a shark?
Yeah.
Because there's too many videos out there. You're like, this is a fucking shark. But then I was like, wait, let me replay the image. And it was brown. I was like, no, that's brown. It's not going to be a shark if it's brown. But I'm still backing up because I don't know. I mean, I'm not a,
Are you the only one or you have family in there with you too? Or
no, it's just me.
You're the only one who's like, I'm crazy enough to get in this
Nobody
cold
wanted
water.
to get in. It was
cold. Yeah, it's too cold.
It was cold, but I was like, this feels good. So I was like, I was in there in the freaking cold water. But after a while, your body feels good. Like you got this, like you take deep breaths and you can feel like the air come inside your body because you're cold, but then like it feels good at the same time, and then your body just gets used to it. But no, so I was like, okay, backing up, and then like sure enough, it popped up and it was a sea lion.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
I mean those could be mean too, though. So you be careful.
Yeah. He swam I backed up and watched him for a while. He was swimming around fast too, dude. He was, and then he was
those
swimming.
Things can move.
He was swimming on the.
They're predators.
He was swimming on the surfers too. He was kind of riding the wave too. Like he was playing around. Like,
was it a seal or a sea lion?
The seals are smaller, right?
Yeah, they got different ears.
I want to say it was a seal because he looked smaller. He wasn't that big.
Sea lions can be real mean. Seals are a little bit more fun, probably.
Yeah, because he was playful. He was kind of swimming around people, and then he just jetted and took off.
I think you probably see more seals than sea lions where you were anyway.
Yeah, so
we see a lot of sea lions up north.
He kept popping up too. He would pop up and look around, and then he'd go back down the water.
Enjoying his time, man.
Yeah, he was like looking around. And then everyone's like, "Oh, look!" Like people started pointing him out.
Yeah, if I was a seal and people were all fawning over me, I'd ham it up. Why not?
Yeah,
maybe they'll throw me something and I eat it.
Yeah, so it was cool. Yeah, once I saw the sea lion, I was like, all right, that was fun. I was like, but now I'm like on the alert. I'm like, all right, if there's sea lions. Sharks look for sea lions. That's their food. I
don't know if those waters, though, on the Pacific side, they're very shark heavy. I think that's more of like an Atlantic thing, right?
Southern California gets some sharks. Like they're there. They don't bother people for the most part. You don't hear a lot of taps.
But I feel like it's not their migration pattern.
I think if you look up sharks, I want to say. I've seen them migrating on the charts in Southern California.
I mean, maybe. We'll see.
The theory goes, I mean, if there's a food source, then there's a predator that hunts them and stalks them. So if there's sea lions around, then there's got to be some sharks hunting them.
Let's see. Oh, there are six beaches near Los Angeles with the most shark attacks.
Ooh.
I got to get a charger now, too. Okay.
There you go.
All right. Let's see. The beaches. Number 1 on this list. I don't know if it's like specifically this has the most, but
it's just first listed.
Yeah. Santa Monica.
Okay. Santa Monica's not far.
It does have the most. That's a terrible way to start a list. Let's start with the most.
Yeah.
The second is Santa Barbara, Morro Bay.
Okay.
I don't know that one. Monterey Bay, that's up north.
Yeah.
San Onofre Beach. That's south. That's San Diego.
Okay.
Marina State Beach. That's Monterey Bay as well.
All right. Yeah. So hunting is not on there, so that's good. No,
I think you were fine where you were.
Yeah. I didn't feel like I was in danger, but you see something in the water, you're like, whoa, wasn't ready for that. I thought I was just going to be out here chilling, so. But yeah. Otherwise, it was pretty cool.
So beach, I know you did something else. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I went to Universal.
There you go.
Yeah.
And you got to see the Super Mario World.
The Mario World. Well,
is it Super Nintendo World?
A Super Mario World, I think, or Land. One of them.
I think it's
Super Mario. It does say
I think it's Super Nintendo Land or something.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't, because it's Nintendo themed, right? It's not just Mario themed.
Let me see.
I feel like it's that, but I could be wrong. Let's see. I think it's Super Nintendo World.
It says Super Mario World.
But that's the video
Nintendo
game.
World. Universal. Okay, maybe Super Nintendo World.
Yeah, Super Nintendo World, Universal Studios Hollywood.
It says celebrating Mario theme park. Yeah.
It's mainly Mario themed, but they've got other stuff in there, right?
Super Nintendo World, I think, is the official name.
Mm-hmm. Because do they have like Zelda stuff? No, it's a missed opportunity.
Well, it's just more expansion whenever they decide to add on or whatever. I think they're in a spot where they can expand more. So, because they have a Transformers ride right there.
Yeah, they have the Transformers stuff over there.
It's literally right next to it.
Oh, sorry.
So,
was that loud on your end?
Not too bad.
Okay.
So it's in the lower half of where Jurassic World is. It used to be Jurassic Park. Now it's Jurassic World because of the new movies.
Oh, okay.
But and Mummy is down there.
The Mummy ride.
Yeah, it's like their Indiana Jones version.
That's right. I remember there used to be like a Mummy walkthrough thing. I don't know. That was years ago. Universal Studios is so different than when I was going as a kid.
Oh, they've changed it so much.
It's like totally revamped. Like they pulled it all out of the ground and rebuilt it.
They still got those same escalators forever, which is kind of crazy and cool at the same time. You're basically going up a mountain and down a mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, the studio ride, totally different.
Different.
I don't know when the last time you went.
Well, I went recently with Crystal, maybe a year ago.
Oh, okay, so it's probably the same then.
Yeah, so what you saw is going to be, we did the Fast and Furious.
The
King Kong. But, like, I remember when I went back in the 2000s and even earlier than that. Because we were young, so we went in the 1990s. We had a Universal Pass. The whole family did.
Still have Jaws. Jaws has always been there. I remember back in the days of Jaws.
Yeah, but it's not the same. They changed it up a bit.
Yeah, you used to.
But I remember the old King Kong one,
You used to ride through the water, remember? It used to be water and you have to like ride through it.
Yeah, you had to ride through it and it looked like it was going to come up and get you. Now you're just kind of watching it.
Yeah, you watch from the side and he kind of comes up.
Yeah, I think what happened was like the bridge breaks on you is what happened. Then you ride through the water to get out of it.
Because you see Jaws.
Because Jaws is like right there about to get at you.
Yeah. So that was fun. But yeah, they took that out. But they still show the old Mexican town and the clock tower from Back to the Future. And
whole little
Did they have the Fast and Furious section?
Of what? Like on the...
Like, you know how they do the King Kong?
On the tour?
Where they pick you up by the wheels?
Yeah.
And then it's 3D.
And it's like a 3D thing. Yeah, they have the Fast and Furious one where it makes it seem like you're going... With
Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, you're racing them and all that.
Yeah. Just Hobbs, not Shaw. It's The Rock. And then you got Vin Diesel talking to you. And he's flying and hanging from helicopters.
Yes.
Yeah,
all the action-packed stuff. But they don't have that earthquake one anymore, do they?
No. Oh yeah, they do. Yeah,
where
you go
like
underground.
They flood the subway.
The subway. Yeah.
That's
breaks.
a cool one. That's like one of the few originals.
I remember that too.
That's left. The original King Kong was really cool.
That had a big old animated machine like moving around. It was crazy. Apparently the whole studio burnt down.
Yeah, I remember it was really big news because when I was living out there and that happened, it was like everybody was devastated that the King Kong ride was like.
Because it was like the original from like the 20s or something, right? Or the 40s or whatever.
Super old.
Yeah, whenever they made that big old machine, it was crazy. But the new one is cool. Like it's really
it's cool.
It makes you feel like
it's a very different type of experience because it's like this 360 bubble that they put you in. So everything around you is like in this 3D thing.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy how they do it, and it looks cool. Because you look on one side, something's happening. You look on the other side of you, something else is happening.
Yeah, like I think it's the King Kong because is like jumping between sides.
Yeah,
he
goes back and forth. Yeah.
And was he fighting like a dinosaur or some shit?
King Kong is fighting who the hell is he fighting? Is it Godzilla?
It's not Godzilla. Right? I think it's just a dinosaur.
Maybe. Oh yeah, T-Rex.
It's just a T-Rex.
It's a T-Rex. Yeah, it's when he fought the T-Rex.
Yeah.
There's a movie they did with the T-Rex. Yeah, they used that. Yeah, it's pretty crazy how they what they added though new was because I think this is pretty new. It has to be, maybe since the last time you went. They added Nope, the old town, the Jordan Peele.
Oh, they did?
Yeah,
that's cool.
They took the original set wasn't made at Universal. It was actually done in New Mexico, I think. They set it all up.
That makes sense.
And created a whole town. And then they moved all the set pieces and brought them to Universal, and then you drive through it.
Weird.
It is weird. It's crazy, like the storefronts, all the stuff he used, everything, and then he comes up on the screen and talks for a while too.
Like, where do they just have all that room to just like throw a whole fucking town down?
Dude, it's so big. Universal's so big, dude. They had.
I feel like I gotta look at it on a map.
I don't even know how big it is, but you're looking at huge sets already, and you're driving by this set and that set. And like set number 30, set number 31 is where they film this and that. And like these are huge freaking sets. So
Let's see.
I don't even know how big the whole area of Universal is to begin with, but they fit it in there, and you drive through it.
Yeah. Okay. So let me do satellite view.
Oh, you want to see the whole Google?
I want to see it.
The whole Google view.
So that's the theme park. Oh yeah, that's pretty big.
It's huge.
And here's the studio lots.
You still drive by Steven Spielberg's.
There's just a golf course behind it too.
You see that actually. You still drive by Steven Spielberg's set for War of the Worlds, the one with the airplane and stuff. They still have that there.
Right.
But it's after you pass the War of the Worlds, that's when you see the Jordan Peele set.
It's funny how there's just like houses so close to it too. I mean, it makes sense and all, but
oh well, yeah, that's California, man. That whole area, they're maximizing the whole space. They're using all available area.
Super Nintendo World's not in the satellite view.
It's not updated yet. Last time they took it wasn't there.
Nope.
It's not as big as you might want it to be. I'll say that. I feel like I wanted Super.
No, I do feel like it's definitely like compared to like Disneyland or something.
Well, no, I'm just saying Super Mario World, Nintendo World.
It's just a sliver of it. It's the same thing that they did for The Simpsons and the same thing that they did for...
Even Simpsons is bigger, though. When we walked around
It's probably because Simpsons was first, right?
Yeah,
and then
older.
Hogwarts. Like the Harry Potter area is probably about the same size, right?
Yeah, I think it's just so much detail has to be put into the whole...
I bet the one in Japan is way bigger.
The whole Nintendo World has to be so meticulous. Like it's all you're transported all the way from the ground up. Everything is Nintendo Land or World, you know.
Yeah.
Like
did you get one of those wristbands where you can hit the blocks and stuff?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. You just pop it and there's ding 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 ding, and it makes the same sound like you're in the video game. But the attention to detail on all the wall, on the seats, anything that was in the world had a lot of detail already in it.
Yeah, I think they would have went pretty hard with it, you know. Did they have any specialty? Like, I feel like this may not be a question people ask very often for this kind of stuff, because you expect specialty rides and attractions and look things, but and shops. But what about the food? Did they, you know, because like Hogwarts area, the Harry Potter land, you can get like the butterbeer and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But did they have like special Nintendo themed foods and drinks?
They did.
Tell me about those. Entertain my taste buds, please.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen or heard it, they have a cupcake, a princess cupcake, pink and all that. And it's got a raspberry filling. It's pretty good.
Oh, sounds
super
good.
Sweet. I mean, the frosting and everything, like 2 different frostings too. The pink is actually a different frosting from the bottom. It's like a darker pink. It's 2 levels of frosting, super thick. The
was it like a buttermilk frosting or something?
Yeah, one was probably sugar and one was buttermilk.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably by my guess. But the cupcake itself was actually fluffy and good. But so there was that. There's other desserts. There's like a tiramisu dessert, and it's all got like Mario themed.
So they're all themed like
names.
That.
Yeah. Like let me just pull it up real quick. But I'll just talk about the other ones. They have a Super Mario burger, bacon, and lettuce, tomato, onion.
I guess what I was hoping for was like, you know, they have like a mushroom that they just sell you, and you can just eat these mushrooms. And I'm not like, you know, like I don't expect them to give you power-ups or make you go trip and shit. But I thought it'd be cool if they had like something like that. Like maybe it's a Rice Krispies treat in the shape of a mushroom.
The restaurant. See the attention to detail?
Oh yeah.
They had screens.
That looks like it's straight out of a video game.
Dude, the seat, the table was made out of a fake wood that looked like wood, but it was like cartoony. The seats, the wall, there was screens everywhere, all over the restaurant.
Damn.
And they were playing different images of Mario, the land or the world. And then the whole thing would go dark, and then it would play like ominous music, and then it would play like it had like a blue color, and it was like a storm was coming, and so all the screens would change to get darker with the scene that's coming, and it would be that
it's like
boat.
a whole atmosphere that changes around
boat.
you.
Remember that boat?
Oh, so there's scenes from the movies and stuff?
From the games. The boat would come with the big old POW freaking...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the heat-seeking ones. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they would come shooting out, and then
what are those things called?
Little mushroom guys, like red and yellow, and like they would just all be running and scattering.
Little toad people?
Yeah, and they were all... It was like watching a video game, but like it was also like you were just watching their world happening at the same time. Like you were just getting a glimpse of something happening in the world. So yeah, everyone's like looking around, and yeah, dude, this is happening while you're sitting there eating. So here we go. They got cheesy garlic knots. They
look like they're shaped like mushrooms. Almost.
Yeah, toadstool cheesy knots.
That's cool.
Piranha plant, caprese, whatever the heck that name is.
Oh, okay. It looks like they took a piranha plant and just cut it up like on a chopping board. That's crazy.
Yoshi's favorite fruit and veggie salad.
Those little Yoshi eggs?
Yeah, they're little like, here we go.
Oh, they're croutons.
Yeah. And then here's a superstar chicken salad. They give you like a star made out of like tortilla. And it looks like, it's pretty good detail. And see, look, they give you a little Mario hat on your burger.
Did you get something like that? Did you keep it?
I saved it. Yeah.
That's cool.
And then they have
Mario hat. That's funny.
They have the fire flour, spaghetti, and meatballs. And then, it's another thing on top of it. Oh, and the Luigi burger, dude. The Luigi burger.
Oh, they have a little mustache for it.
Yeah. And then
that's cool.
The Luigi burger was a grilled chicken, and it had a thick slice of bell pepper. Like, it was as big as the whole bun. Bell pepper. So when you bit into it was actually, and the fries, dude. Luigi's fries. He has garlic fries.
Oh, can you only get those with? Are they like? Can you order them by themselves, or can you only get them with the Luigi?
Actually,
burger?
No. Now that I want to say the Mario had the same fries.
Okay.
Yeah, but with Luigi, he got this like pesto sauce. It was super good, like a pesto creamy, like ranch kind of sauce. That was really good. Oh, and then here's the kids' meal. It's a spaghetti, and they give you these little like circles.
Edible little coin things.
Yeah, there's like a picture of a mushroom, a star, a flower, and then that little coin box.
Got a little toy in it or what?
There's a garlic knot, and then they give you, inside the box is a coin. It's actually one coin. And it's made out of, it's yellow too. And it has the one on it, like it's 1 cent.
Uh-huh.
And when you bite into it, it's white chocolate.
Oh, it's edible. Oh, it's a little dessert. That's cool.
And it has a little crunchy wafer cookie in the middle. The Mario burger, you get a Mario going like jumping, coming out of your burger. That's for the kids.
For the little kids.
And then corn on the cob as a side with broccoli.
Yeah, and they got the little, it looks like a little level.
Yeah, the flag level.
That's cute.
And then same thing, coin. But here's the block masu, I guess.
The tiramisu.
Yeah, but it's block.
Yeah, it's a question mark block.
And then that's
and then the little cupcake.
Yeah, that was fondant. It was a fondant crown. That's what I was trying to mount. A bean pole cake.
What is a bean pole?
I forgot which one this was. I have to look up what
Did you like try all of it?
No, not to get everything. They have a collectible mushroom head drink cup.
Did they have any like specialty drinks themselves? Like
yes.
Okay. What is that?
It's the
what does that say?
Superstar Lemon Squish.
Superstar Lemon Squash. Oh, it's a boba drink.
Dude, there was so many different.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'm drinking it. There's so many different There's exploding bobas. There's like chewy bobas. There's
wow. So it's like a whole experience in your mouth with that.
Yeah, there was like flavored
Crystal
boba.
would love that.
Oh, and it was like kind of like a Sprite, kind of like drink mixed with like just a little bit of flavoring, like not too much, just mostly just Sprite.
You know that they gotta have like some kind of crazy ass paid chef that comes up with all that shit.
And then there was like star bobas on top, like little star fruit
that you could just pick at and eat.
Yeah, they just put a scoop on top, but it fell. Eventually it just fell to the bottom. So you're just eating it with all the other boba and all the other stuff that mixed on it. But
was that the only one? They have a second one?
No, that's the only drink. They had this star.
What is that?
Lit up star.
A little lanyard?
Yeah, it's just a bucket.
So you can wear a bucket?
Yeah, I think you get popcorn in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. That was all the
That's cool.
Food. The food part was pretty cool, and the restaurant was really cool. The whole world is cool. You just want it to be more. I think everybody just wanted, and then it started getting packed because it's new. So there was so many people in that freaking place. But the Bowser ride was cool. Like the just walking through the line to get to Bowser. Every room
was it like an interactive, fun experience?
It has so much detail. Like each room was different. Like one was kind of like cavey and dark, and it had black lighting. And then there was one that was like more like open and like flowers and stuff like that, like on the wall. And then Bowser, his actual, when he made it up to his mouth,
right?
Inside it was all like, it was like king layer, like red carpet. He had like a monument.
I really want to go. I want to check it out. I think it'd be so cool.
Just walking through there, he had like stuff on the wall, like that a king or a royalty would have, and like, but it was all Bowser style. So yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Even just walking through the Bowser area, I had so much so they put so much detail. Like I don't know how long it took for them to put this all together, but it was so much detail.
I think it took like a very long time.
And then the interactive games, it was hard to do because there is interactive games that you do with that wristband, where you touch it and then you have to do a pulley system. So you're trying to like unlock some keys that are hidden in the Mario world in that area.
Oh, because you need to collect what happens if you collect all the keys?
You get scores on your app, and then it shows you what you've collected, and it keeps track of everything on your app as a user or player.
So do you get like a prize or a code, or
you get like, you just unlock different art, you unlock different things in the app,
okay, for
your character and then it actually ranks it ranks your score too with all the users too in that at that time, I guess. So it shows you how many points you have, like, because you can hit the blocks and get like, I don't know, 6 coins, but then it stops, doesn't let you. And then if you wait like 30 or 60 seconds, you can do it again. So you can keep doing it over and over. But there's so many people, it's hard to do. You know, you have to
because you don't want to be like hogging it.
Well, you have to kind of get in line for every little thing that's interactive because there's so many people. So then you're just waiting and. Yeah, it's cool with less people. If you can find a day where there's not that many people, go to that.
Maybe like day. Run there first and then go everything else.
Oh, everybody ran, dude. We all ran.
Oh, so it was the first thing you did that day?
Yeah, we went straight there.
Did you go right when the park opened?
Yeah, we knew already what was going to happen because I had been reading some stuff about it, and then it just happened to come up on my feed on Instagram. This dude was like, I can't even get into Mario World. He's like, there's too many people. So they cut it off like at a certain point.
But you guys went on a weekday too, right?
It went on Monday. So it's close to the
not
weekend.
The Monday.
Tuesday,
I think
Wednesday,
maybe you have to go in like the middle of the week.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I think those are the best days. So
and it can't be close to any holidays.
Yeah, well, I mean, even
like if we're trying to find the least busy day, it's got to be like what?
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's that section.
It's got to be a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday.
Yeah, it's got to be in the middle.
The middle of the week. Because it's got to be like, what month would it have to be?
I went to Disneyland.
Can't do the summer.
I think from April to May, they say it's actually a good time for Universal.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because there's not a lot of people. People travel when school ends, June, July, August, September.
Right. I would think October would be a good one.
October might be better.
October, it might get scary around that time.
It also cools down the temperature, so people...
Maybe November. November would be a better time to go.
Yeah, because I think as the weather cools down, people want to go more.
Right. Because I think October, they're going to start theming it for...
Halloween,
the Halloween theme, and I think Universal is one that does one of those scary fest things.
Yeah, they do where they shut down like at 9 or something. And
then they have all the mazes and whatnot.
Yeah, that's pretty cool stuff. I heard about that, but
I mean, maybe that is still pretty cool because you can go to the park in the day. Like if you plan a trip around it, you can go to the park in the day, come back at night for their scary stuff.
Yeah,
and then
Yeah, their tour, it gives you so much insight on like the movie making process and the studios, and hey, this is the parking back here, this is where so and so would park, or they're like, this is where the Rock's office,
just some fun stuff to geek out about.
$7 production works here, like his production company, and like The Voice is filmed in this studio right here, this lot. Like lot 31, and
like, they take you down to like they got that whole like outdoor skyscraper area. Like they have the different city layouts and stuff. They film like Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah,
and things.
Yeah, the whole interactive city. Like, you've seen all of these,
and they tell you how like they cheat to make it look like the buildings are taller than they are based on like the windows. Like you can't see, like if you're filming from the ground, it looks like a tall building. Yeah. But like from far away, it's very obvious. It's like
perspective.
The perspective and whatnot.
Yeah. We've seen all of these sets in movies and not even known because they fit it in. They add CGI to fill in the gaps if they need to.
But they show it to you in the little video on the tram now, though, right? Like they show you those scenes.
That's what I'm saying. They showed us like Bruce Almighty, his steps when he's running outside to get the dog.
Because they got to make it more like immersed. Like, oh wow, look at you! You're sitting at the same place that this was filmed, and there it is. Look at it, and like, oh yeah, that is the same place. Instead of you just having to try to remember, like, I didn't really remember watching that scene, but they said it happened.
Yeah. I kind of remember.
Yeah, they throw it in your face.
But the video now with the screens and everything inside the tram, they really can break it down. She can show you exactly what you're thinking about. Oh, yeah, I remember that now. I remember that scene from that movie. Yeah, they show you a lot of movies throughout the whole tour. So but yeah, man, it was fun overall. I went to the Griffith Observatory.
Griffith is cool.
Yeah, Griffith Park's really nice.
It's a fucking crazy drive up there, though.
There's a lot of nice houses on the way.
Did you get a laser show or did you do one of the because they have a show there, like the constellation show and the stars and stuff?
Yeah. No, we didn't time it to see one of those, but we did watch a movie with Leonard Nimoy
from Star Trek.
Yeah, because he has the Leonard Nimoy Event Horizon Theater inside of the observatory, and they're like, well, we got a showing starting in 10 minutes. Like people were just announcing it, that work at the observatory, and I was like, all right, cool. So we went in the little theater with his name, and then he comes up on the screen, he talks, he shows you all about the observatory, just went through the history. Griffith J. Griffith, the guy that they named it after, he actually donated all that land to the city of Los Angeles back in like 19 whatever 30 or something like that. Yeah, 1930. It was when they constructed it. He actually made like millions, and he made like millions of dollars in the stock, and then like just decided to donate all this land so they can have a park, because he wanted to have a reserve park. So he donated the land that he bought when he went to LA, because he bought a bunch of land when he got there. And
yeah, because when that was built and shit, like millions of dollars get you far.
Yeah, you were rich. You're super rich, man.
People you were like pennies. Billionaire status now.
Yeah, people had pennies back then, So in his will, because he always liked the stars, I guess in his will he put that he left 100,000 and he wanted an observatory built. So they did it. They built it. But then, over the years it wore down, and like they wanted to add on to it, and there's no area next to the observatory, so they built down. And they built under it in like 2002.
Because if someone hasn't checked out the Griffith Observatory, just Googled it. It sits like overlooking LA on the top of a hill.
Yeah.
And it's gorgeous views up there. It's great.
It's really nice. And they lifted the whole observatory off of its foundation with hydraulics, and then dug underneath the observatory and built the rooms down there and the parking area, and they just revamped the whole thing. So it was crazy to watch like the the video, and he broke it down and this and that, and how it's been in Charlie's Angels and like, I don't know, 300 different movies. So many
people have used it.
Yeah, in movies. He showed the really old one, like the first ever movie that it was in. It was like this like monster movie, like oh no, like I think it was like knights or something fighting. It was so terrible the movie now to watch, but I bet back then it looked awesome.
I'm sure it did. Back then, James Dean, like, whoa.
James Dean was the first one to actually show the observatory as an observatory in a movie.
Instead of just using it as a background, like use your imagination. This is a different place.
Yeah, like this is a castle or something, because it has winding staircase and stuff like that. It's really nice the way they constructed and built it. But he was the first one in a movie to actually go, and they were talking about the stars and everything. He was sitting in the audience for that little area that they have where they do little. Actually, you know what? They did have a showing going on, and I missed getting in line, and the seats fill up fast.
What is the most recent movie I've seen it in? I think it was that Moonfall one where like the moon is falling.
Yeah, they show Griffith.
Yeah,
it's a famous.
They do a pretty big scene in there.
Yeah, Moonfall was kind of crazy movie.
It was a weird one.
The one I always think about is Yes Man. Right, they're like,
yes, man, yeah.
They're running around and he's like laying in the grass and stuff like that. But Griffith was really. It's just a nice area. It's nice to be out there in the kind of wilderness a little bit, in that giant park. Yeah,
because I mean, you don't think about it, but there is a decent amount of like wilderness, like woodly areas in LA.
It's in the hills.
Right there.
Yeah.
And there's some pretty cool stuff and some hiking trails, some really great hiking trails. Me and my friend, we went and hiked up a hill that contained Batman's cave from the 1960s.
Oh, okay.
Adam West Batman series.
Yeah.
Like, so if you look at the intro to that, they have the car coming out of the cave, and every time it went in and out. So we went to walk into the cave. It's a very shallow cave.
It doesn't go deep at all.
It makes like a U-turn, but it's like walking through it. It's not a very large cave.
But whenever they showed
magic,
it
was enough to make it race down something.
Oh, and to get to Griffith, you go through that tunnel that they used in Back to the Future. Remember the scene where he's like on the. And the car's coming at him, and then Doc lands, and
he's on the skateboard and the hoverboard, and the manure at the end. It's a fucking wild drive up there too, because it's so like turny, and you get the tunnel, and finding parking's a bitch.
If you can't get up close, you gotta hike. You're gonna hike up that mountain, but
you gotta walk forever.
Yeah,
best bring your walking shoes, man.
Yeah, it's
a crazy fucking walk.
And actually, if you do want to hike, there is a lot of trails around there, around Griffith Park. He was one of the scientists inside, because there's just guys walking around talking about different things in the observatory. It's really cool. Oh, and that's that was another thing that Leonard Nimoy talked about. How they want to continue to keep updating it, because that was a huge remodel when they did all that, and they added all that extra stuff to it, and they want to keep pushing it into the future, with the new discoveries and stuff like that. They want to keep adding to it, and that's what they were just talking about. Everything is free. You walk in, it's free. I mean, you pay for parking, but it's free. So why not donate? Donate to the observatory. Everybody loves it. It's serving a purpose. It shows the public. There's other things
out here
there.
we have an observatory too in Flagstaff. Have you been?
Yeah. The observatory.
What is it? The Laurel?
Yeah, something like that.
Something with an L.
In Flagstaff. It's actually one of the highly regarded observatories because of.
They discovered Pluto.
Yeah.
So they're very, very headstrong that Pluto's a planet, and they're very upset that it was taken away because they discovered it. So they sell shirts and stuff that says "Still my planet."
Yeah, he did talk about that. You can see how Pluto in the observatory, they have these big models of the planets. to scale each other. So they show how big Saturn is with the big ass ring going around it. It's fucking huge, dude, compared to the other planets and stuff like that. And then, so they have Mars, they have Jupiter, Uranus, and then they have Pluto. Dude, Pluto is so
small, man. It really is.
It's super small. I forgot what he says, but they showed in the video, and he's kind of making fun of it. He's like, "Oh, he's just a little guy," dude. People are laughing in the theater because he has some jokes,
funny,
nerdy jokes, but they were jokes, he did a couple of funny things, but he shows the scale, and then when you walk out of the theater, you can go down to where he was because everything he shows is in the observatory. So he's just talking about there's a big ass wall where they did a scene from space. The one image that everybody was freaking out about, where it was showing all the stars and stuff like that, different galaxies. And they there's this giant wall. It's got to be 2 stories or maybe even 3. It's so big, full of this one image that they captured, and they put it on metal panels and put it on the wall. And it just stretches across this whole long area. And he said that is equivalent to holding your finger over your eye or something like that. I don't know, like a finger dot of perspective into space or something like that. Yeah,
that's crazy.
That big old wall is nothing. It's dot in the whole galaxy. And it's got, stars and galaxies.
Like a pixel on a 4K screen.
Yeah. All this stuff going on in just that one little area that they took a picture of. So it's just like it brings you and it puts you in a different perspective.
A real good perspective about
I'm bitching about
big and immense everything is.
Stupid stuff about this or my shirt's wrinkled. It's like stuff that doesn't matter. There's such a bigger scale out there. Of life and planets and just everything in the solar system and what we have, it's just like, it's very, very, they have a Tesla coil inside of there too, which is pretty cool. So you get to see one of Tesla's actual coils that he made, which I didn't know was in there. So I was kind of following this guy that was giving a tour.
So you kind of just added to the tour without officially adding to it.
Well, it's funny. I knew what it was when he was talking because when I was looking up the observatory, I just wanted to see how much it cost, if it costed anything. I couldn't remember if it was free or not, or if they had changed it, and started charging. But when I was looking, it was giving me prices and it was like 100 and something per person. And it was for a tour. You can get a guided tour. Like somebody will walk around and talk about everything and all the exhibits. And there's so much information. Like you could go 2 or 3 times in a row and see different things every time. There's so much information. It's so full.
Oh yeah.
Of
I've had to been there a couple of times. I don't think I've still really gotten to do everything that's available.
Yeah. Yeah. There's so much information in that place. So I was kind of listening and they're like, so the parts for the telescope here were actually made in Germany in the early 1900s or something, and he's like, can you imagine what happened with the World Wars and everything? They don't manufacture those parts anymore. So that they're not able to replace any parts on that telescope.
Damn.
Because of when it was built. So they have to try to.
So if they do, they have to fabricate it themselves.
Either fabrication or try. There is 2 other, I think, telescopes that were made from the same manufacturing plant.
Oh, so you can just.
Yeah, there was something like that. He was explaining.
Part them out.
I was, just overhearing. I wasn't actually part of the tour, but I wanted to keep walking around with him. I was kind of funny. He's like, "Sir,
just
can they stop you? Can they really?"
I mean, what does he do? Is can you? This is did you pay for this? No,
yeah, this is a paid tour.
Okay, well, you gotta walk away now. Okay.
And then you just take a step back. He doesn't own.
You just turn your head around and just listen to it, but don't make it obvious.
He doesn't own the area, so I could stand here and listen. But it's just kind of I guess rude, you didn't pay for it, but You're like, well, information's free. I don't know. Can I just stand here?
I mean, it's not my fault you're talking loud enough for me to hear you across the room.
Yeah, I can still hear you. Like, you just start walking away. Like, yeah, it would have been funny if I just kept following them. But yeah, I would. It would be
funnier if you start your own tour after hearing his. Like 5 seconds after he's finished saying his, you start saying it again. And you're just moving your own group around. And he's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Dude, I'm doing my tour."
Yeah.
They booked us close to each other, so I'm sorry, but
what if your group starts to revolt? They're like, "Hey, he knows more than you."
By all means, people, you paid the ticket. If you want to join his, he's only 5 seconds ahead of me.
Yeah, you can listen.
Oh, my whole group went to you, man. Oh, you mind if I just tag along too?
He starts running, dude, and you're like chasing him around.
Tell me what you know.
He's like, "Get away. Come on, guys." And they're all running and trying to get away. But yeah, dude, it was, it's like the buildings and everything has even itself is art, the spiral staircase that goes around, wraps around to the roof.
It's a beautiful building.
They let you on the roof.
Yeah.
Like what other place lets you just go on their roof?
Dude, it's great.
And it is kind of dangerous. Like somebody,
for sure.
Somebody could fall off of that
I think we just said it is like super old.
Yeah. Yeah. But, yeah, it's got so much detail, and then the views, like you said, the views are awesome. Just out to the city, you can actually see the Hollywood sign.
Yep.
You have a great view of that. There's a lot of people taking pictures, but yeah, we went walking around the whole area from downstairs to the side area to there's actually a restaurant down there too. It wasn't open when we went, but there's a restaurant you can actually eat, and there's tables down there on the very bottom with views of the city. So yeah, it's really nice. Dude, I'm nerdy enough. I would have paid a guy to go on a tour. Like I would have loved to listen to this guy. No, dude,
I would have too. Like if I had money to throw away like that, fuck. But I can't. So if I go, I've got to Google image it myself and figure it out.
And ask Google, hey, when was this built? The observatory was actually built. And like,
I bet if there isn't already, this could be such a great idea. But like, if you studied that stuff enough, create like a YouTube channel or a podcast channel and create just free Audible tours.
Yeah, it tells you where to start.
Tells you where to start, where to go next, where you're at, and then information about everything.
Go straight through to the middle. As you're viewing it, you'll see a clock.
That would be a great service to have. Or, you can just record that stuff, throw it on an app, and charge people per tour. And it's unofficial tours. Like, is there some kind of legality against that? Like, you're not allowed to?
I don't think...
how could you not be allowed to,
Well, if it's Disney, they probably would fucking come after you, maybe.
Even then, there's books out there I've seen that, like, talk about Disney and all that stuff.
I guess it'd be okay. I feel bad doing it, trying to profit off of the observatory. I feel like I'd give part of my money to them or something because I want them to be like make cool stuff.
You're right.
Yeah, especially after I watched that Leonard Nimoy video with him, like just how much like enthusiasm he has for like all of the observatory and everything.
If you decide to just go strictly off like ad revenue,
I would give them some though. I would give them like a percentage.
Or if you charge very little for the tour, like a smaller amount. And you don't offer as much, and then you have like links there to donate to those specific venues, then maybe you can make yourself feel morally responsible and like, make yourself feel like, oh, I'm not that bad of a person to profit off of this.
They got moon rocks inside, and they got they got a lot of cool stuff in there, man.
Did you visit anything else, or were those like your top 3 things?
Those were the top 3. Other stuff was restaurants, and we walked around. We went down Hollywood Boulevard, walked around there, looked at some stars, got chased by Freddy Krueger a little bit. He's being a little creepy.
We got one last time we went to Hollywood. Me and Crystal, we went to go see the Spider-Man movie at the Chinese theater.
It used to be Man's Chinese, theater.
Now it's like Disney owned, but we saw the Spider-Man there. And when we walked out, there was, the people who dress up and want you to take pictures with them.
Yeah.
And so we were getting harassed by these Spider-Men and Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Chick. And they were like, oh, take pictures with us. Take pictures with us. You're such a cute couple. Take pictures with us. And we were like, oh, maybe just one picture. And they took the phone and they started just doing like 17 pictures and shit.
Yeah, that's weird.
And then after that, I was like, all right, we'll tip you guys. And they're like, it's $60 for photo. I'm like, what the fuck?
For a photo?
Yeah, because they said it was $60 for photo because it's $20 for each of them.
With those, there was 3 of them, I guess?
Yeah, there's 3 of them. They wanted $20 for each of them.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I'm not going to give you $20 for photo. No. Yeah. Well, we give you a tip. You want a tip? And they're like, no, it's $20 for photo plus tip.
Whoa.
And they were starting to harass us for the money. I was like, no, fuck that. We're walking away. Goodbye. Look. And they're like, no, you took those photos. Like, I had to delete them all. Yeah. And so I said, look, boom, they're gone. No more photos. No more money. Bye. And then they start calling us fucking names and shit as we walked away. Spider-Man cussing us out because we didn't pay them for photos and shit. And you know what the kicker is, bro? My phone has the option that you delete something and it's not deleted right away.
You can undo it.
So I undid all the photos, and one of those photos was in our wedding slides at the wedding. It's a $20 photo.
Those, yeah. They're, who else was on the? There was like a Mickey Mouse walking around.
Oh, they got everybody walking around.
Well, this particular time, I'm trying to think what else was walking around. Like, nobody cool though. Like, sometimes you see there was a couple Batmans. There was a Catwoman, like old Catwoman, not the new cool one. And then that was pretty much it. Not a lot. There was a lot of buses though, more than I remember.
Tour buses and stuff.
Yeah, to give tours. I like nerdy, stupid stuff like that too. I would have done a tour.
I would do a tour too. I tried to sell that to Crystal as like a honeymoon option. Like, let's go to Universal. Let's do it. Like, stay there in a hotel.
Yeah.
Like treat it like a resort. Do the ticket for that. Take some tours around Hollywood and Los Angeles and see some things we probably haven't seen before. And she's like, no.
She just said no.
Just no.
Yeah.
She's like, I want our honeymoon to go somewhere we haven't been. We go LA all the time. Like, you can
see different sides of the same place that you've been though. Like,
that's my point.
Yeah.
She don't see it that way.
Yeah. Cause even just going to observatory was like a whole different side,
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole different. I like La Brea Tar Pits. I like going down there.
Those are cool. They've got a bunch of art and stuff down there too. Like the Science Museum is always fun over there, and the History Museum is great.
I've been to the LA Zoo. Went there one time. Yeah, there's definitely more. If you really look up to, there's like they do some swap meets and like some farmers markets and like they got some stuff going on there.
Definitely.
If you can really plan it and actually like go to some of these things they have going on, there's kinds of events.
There's so much great food out there.
Yeah. Yeah. But I felt like so many things closed early, dude. I felt like it was getting close to 8:00 and shit was closing, man. Even pizza places and like, we had to hurry up and get shit.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
I felt like everybody, I don't know, I guess, closed early.
There are definitely some places that are going to always be open.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you got the street foods, you got the street tacos. Oh no,
you got places like Cantor's. You ever been to Cantor's in is it West Hollywood, North Hollywood, West Hollywood? I think it's West Hollywood. Or close to it. Fairfax? I don't know. But you look it up. Cantor's. It's a very old, famous little establishment. It's this like deli, and they are open 24/7.
Nice. Yeah, I like spots like that.
And their place is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, they had some 24-hour Mexican spots. They had some stuff open, but I just felt like there was a lot closing early. Like we would Google, restaurants, stuff like that, and everything was like 8:30, maybe 9. Like I don't know if it's just because of like COVID and stuff like that, or like you still see some hangover from some of the restaurants, like their outdoor dining is still kind of set up.
Maybe they just don't have like the staff to to get it out. That
could be too. Like, I think some of these places, you know, are still hurting for workers and stuff like that. But
oh, you know what? We need to talk about we have some merchandise that we just put up real quick.
Yeah, we updated our links.
So if you go to our Instagram, which is at Digital Cortex Pod, we have a link tree there.
Yes.
That'll take you to all of our things. You could go directly to our merch shop if you wanted to. That's digital-cortex.printify.me. We've got some merch there. Our Twitter is at Digital Cortex 2.
Yes.
Is in the number 2.
If you want to check us out on Twitter.
Our link tree is also there for you. And yeah, I thought we'd mention that too. We're about an hour in.
All right. Yeah, that's a good ending. We put some work into this.
The California podcast today.
Yeah, we still got to talk about the rest of your school.
I know.
Do that. We forgot to do
part what would that be? Part 4? Part 4 is coming soon. This is to be continued.
It's coming.
Yeah.
We're just building the suspense.
It comes every other episode.
We take a break and then we come back to
some people are going to be mad.
Certain individuals may be upset about this.
Yeah. But yeah. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for letting us get all up inside your ears. This has been Digital Cortex. My name's Steven. That's Random Styles. And have a beautiful night.
Later.